Daniel Beaudoin, and I am a third degree black belt, Senpai Daniel Beaudoin here at the dojo.
Okay.
I was born in Southern California and raised partly out there, and the other half of my childhood here in North Carolina. Grew up working little stores here and there. Wound up working at a skate shop for a while I was in college, and it was when I was in college that I started training here at the dojo.
Okay.
What got me interested is probably the same as really any kid growing up. I was in love with the Ninja Turtles. Watched all of the Karate Kid movies, all of the action movies of the late 80s and 90s, so Bloodsport and Best of the Best and all those movies, I thought were awesome. And I wanted to be one of those guys. One of the things that really spurred my interest, at least later on, is I was in high school, and I was in gym class, and I was watching a kid get bullied. And he was a nice kid, and some bigger guy, he was an athlete, a wrestler, was hitting him with a basketball, and like repeatedly. And I was like, oh man, I gotta say something, And so I stepped in and I said, hey, leave this guy alone. Just leave him alone.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just like, somebody ought to say something, I thought, hey, that'll work. That'll show this guy. But it turns out he was actually really big. And it turned from the other guy being a target to me being a target. And so he immediately gets in my face and is like, what are you going to do about it, And I was like, oh, that's a good question. What am I going to do about it? I really don't know, Luckily, it did de-escalate from there, but it made me think for a second, like, what if, what would I do? And so I was like, man, this guy's way bigger and stronger than me. I know he's, a high-level wrestler in the wrestling team. I was like, wow, I probably would have got my butt whooped by this guy if he really wanted to, And which is a weird concept, because growing up, I was actually always pretty scrappy. I was gotten quite a few fist fights growing up, and so I wasn't afraid to fight. It was one of the few times where I was like, you know what? What if I couldn't handle this guy? It was a kind of a question. And so once I was in college and actually had a formal place to train, I just jumped on it. And so for the most part, karate, as far as formal training, has been my only real style. For me personally, it has definitely increased just belief in myself that I really can do anything. Definitely a confidence booster as far as knowing that I can, talk other people down from, violent situations, hopefully resolve situations without having to prove myself physically, But just the karate experience and training with everybody, and going through the tournament circuits and meeting all the new people here in the dojo or throughout the karate industry, throughout North Carolina or beyond, has really opened up my circle of friends and people that I love and trust. And so I've had a lot of great memories because of karate, through training here, through all of the tests we've done, through all of the tournaments we've traveled to together. So those experiences are probably the most cherished things that karate has given to me. Still as relevant as ever. I would say, so long as people still get into conflicts, karate is going to be relevant. As far as traditional karate, I think it remains relevant because of how tried and true it is. It's practical. Just because it's traditional karate doesn't mean that it's not still evolving. So it still evolves and changes little by little as it needs to. The reason why a lot of the things are still the same in traditional karate is because they're proven that they work. So when things work and they really are practical, they're relevant, they're almost timeless. So, absolutely great for your health, great for exercise, great for your body. This is by far, I've traveled to many different schools, been invited to other styles of schools. This is one of the few schools that are just really genuine and thorough, traditional, and it's the real deal. And so if you're thinking about trying out karate or any martial art, I absolutely recommend coming to the Japan Karate Institute because of how real everybody is. The senseis know their stuff. Nobody's trying to sell you on anything. People are training here because they want to.